Hey, check it out here. So we are here because we have a little surprise. Well, it's like Christmas in June. Basically, check it out. Even the cat is digging it. My new chainsaw. Sweetness. This is it's a good little chainsaw. But it's probably not so little once we take it out of the box and get a good look at it. So let's do that. So I have never ever bought a brand new chainsaw before. I've been cutting firewood for 5 years now. I've always gotten just used saws. The first saw I got was actually off of a trade on Craigslist. I wasn't looking for a saw, but I was looking for firewood, and I was willing to do some work for firewood. So one fella approached me, and he wanted to trade me a chainsaw for some scrap metal laying around my property, which I gladly accepted. So look at this, buddy. So there we have a chain. Nice brand new 72L. Looks like a pretty badass chain. Yeah. Instruction manual. Hey, that's always handy. All right, a scrunch. Hell yeah, you can never have enough scrunches, so that's a nice bonus. When you buy a new saw, you get a scrunch. Actual saw itself. Oh yeah, buddy. Man, this is gonna get some work done here, buddies. Hell yeah. Heck yeah. Sweetness. It's got the removable tip, 24-inch bar. Man, this is going to be a sweet saw. Looks like this one takes the big bolts like a still. A lot of my other Echo saws had smaller fasteners. On one of my other saws, the tensioner for the chain is actually in the block here, and you tension it over here. I kind of like that design a little bit better, actually. But this is pretty cool here. If you take a quick look here, we'll just get a close-up on the saw here. This is cool. They put the clutch and everything is on the inside. On all my other saws, it's reverse, basically. You have the clutch and the drum and everything is on the outside here, and when you go in and replace it, you have to take this off to get to the drive sprocket. In this case, the drive sprocket is right here. You just have to get a special tool to take that off of there, and then it comes right off. Pretty easy stuff, you know. So when that time comes, I'll just go ahead and buy the tool. That's as easy to put on as my Echo CS310. Alright, so there we go. Heck yeah. Now that's a fucking saw. Shit yeah. This is a motherfucking saw. Check this out. Look how easy this is to change the air filter and clean it. It's right there. I can do it while holding the saw with the other hand. This actually comes apart. You can take it and clean it in half so you can blow out all the sawdust from the inside out. You have this kick-ass shield. Well, it just makes cleaning easier because the whole thing's closed off. So when you put this thing on here, it just chills like that, and it keeps all the sawdust and crap out. So it's got like a pre-filter so that your main filter doesn't get clogged so quickly. Feels pretty good right now. You can hear the air escaping from that decompression valve right there. So we have our choke right here. We've got our ignition. It's just like every other Echo saw that I've ever run before. We've got our gas, our bar oil. Literally everything is the same. It does have an automatic oil system, which most likely is adjusted back here. I'll have to check that out. Some of these have automatic adjustments, some of them don't. So we'll take a look. But I'm pretty stoked with this saw. Welcome to the firewood cutting area. I've got a little jig I threw together here out of some slab wood to hold logs and make it a little easier to cut bigger stuff. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and actually cut with them and give you a comparison to see how each one does, given its age, size, and all that other good stuff and features. Two of these saws are about 10 years old, and obviously the other one is brand new. So we will get beginning here with the CS5000. The 310 is still down. It's not going to be here with us today, so we will not be worried about that one too much. This chunk of cedar here is actually a pretty nice post, and we're just going to set it down so we got something that cut into. It's not going to dig into our rig here. A lot of people like to collect this wood for its artistic value, because it has so many strange shapes and a very interesting grain. You know, people will actually pay more than firewood prices for it. So I like to kind of just load this thing up as safely as I can so that I can maximize. All right, it's probably good enough to start. No chain brake on this one, I get it. It's coming. It's on the way. So I judge a saw basically on a few different aspects. A, its horsepower. B, its handleability. And C, its reliability. So in this case, the horsepower is on the low side. It's only 50 cc's. But as you can see, it does get right through the juniper, and this is a good hard wood. This is not easy to cut for the chainsaw compared to pine, for example, but it gets right through it, no problem. It does cut straight. That's another thing that I definitely have an issue with, is one of my other saws does not cut nice and straight like this. It's got a problem with the bar, the chain, the guides. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is. I haven't fucking pinpointed it just yet. And I love it when they split by themselves like that. That's great. And another part on the reliability factor is how easy is it going to be to start? Is this saw going to fire right back up, or is it going to stall? Is it going to flood out? This is going to be a lot of fun. These are both pinyon pine logs here on top.
aged about the same way. Pinyon pine is another one. It's so resinous that the bugs just really can't touch it, and so it lasts a very long time in the forest. The bark does, of course, fall off. Let's see how this fires up. That's pretty normal. Saw holds its own, don't it? Y'all have seen what it can do through the dry wood. Let's see what it does through the green wood here. Yeah, it don't even have a problem with that shit. In fact, it's so buttery at this moisture level. It's still pretty green. One thing I like about this saw versus the others that I have, and this model is the only one that has it, is that the chain tensioner is in the block. So you got to scrape away some sawdust, but then you just tighten it up right here. And I like that better than having it in the case. We're out here with the next saw, the 670. Now the 5000 is, it's a great saw. As you can see with it, it's old. It isn't the fastest saw in the world, but it just doesn't ever let me down. The thing just keeps going. And the 670 is kind of the opposite. This saw is more aggressive. It's got a bolt chisel chain on it. And it has more problems than the other saw does. It cuts fast as fuck, but it has just more problems, more technical issues than the other saw does. And we'll demonstrate that now. Now this is the kind of stuff I can cut really well with the 670. I'll show you here in a minute some of the thicker stuff that doesn't really cut through the bar and the chain. It just, they have a lot of issues. That's the thing with old chainsaws, man. You really just have to stay on top of them. And this is the chainsaw that I literally found at a construction site. The bar and chain were rusted. This was all smashed up. All this has been replaced with new stuff. It was left for dead. I did a lot of work to this thing to rebuild it to what it is. So let's see what it does. Not the easiest one to start. Problems with this saw is the chain tends to come loose, and when it does, it doesn't grab. So this saw, when it's running good, I can smash through oak and all kinds of other stuff real easy with this thing, but it's not reliable. Yeah, we've got a pretty big issue here. This saw is totally not cutting straight at all. What the fuck is going on here? The reason this thing is not cutting is look at this cut. You can't, I mean, I don't know what's going on there, but that is the wackiest freaking chainsaw cut I think I've ever seen. Not only is it U-shaped, but it seems to be twisted. It seems to be cutting in a twisted pattern. And I don't think I've ever seen this saw do this before. My saw cut in a moon-shaped pattern to the right. And that I can compensate for by sharpening the left side a little bit. But this is a whole new level. So that's the 670. I don't even think it's worth bothering with right now. I need to do work with this. I've got parts on the way. The dog bolts are obviously going to come loose in the bottom again because the JB Weld apparently doesn't hold up to bar oil. But it's a great saw when it frickin' works. So that sucks that this thing is back in the shop. It's a fast saw, So I'm really kind of bummed that I can't even burn a whole tank of gas right now, but I have to, I guess I can cut up some really small stuff, but what a pain in the ass. Nah, I'm gonna get hurt if I continue this shit. This fucking saw, it needs work. It needs new bar, new chain, new bar guides, possibly more. So that's all the cutting we're gonna do with the 670. Bummer. That's how it goes. You get frustrated with the saw. I really wanted to cut a full tank, but you know what was happening is as soon as it would get in here, it would make the chain come off the bar somehow, and it would do this. It was coming off the bar like this in the wood, you know, and doing just weird shit. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm sure the bar is just old, worn. It's all got to go. Yeah, go. Now this saw is a 620p. The 620 should not fool you. It's not 62 cc's. It's actually only 59.9. It is basically an Echo Timberwolf 590. But this saw, even though it has the same motor, same case, same pretty much everything, it's got professional features. It's got better bearings, better crankshaft seals, not seals, but like hardened crankshaft, hardened pistons, you know, all the good stuff that you put in engines if you want them to be badass. Here we go, first cut. Oh my God, like a hot ride in the corner. Do a little spinning burn. This thing is a shredder. That felt great. I felt like I could cut for hours with that thing. Now granted, I have to admit something. This is the very first time I've actually cut with a new chainsaw. Ever. So that's pretty badass. It sucks that I can't, you know, that I don't have 3 chainsaws now, but that one will make up for the fact that I have to fix the other one. Both my 5000 and my 670 are going to be in for repairs.
So we're back out here with our champion saw, the 620p. This one definitely holds its own here. It basically did the work of the other two combined, which is awesome. However, it's got a little hang up here. I damaged the chain. I've got to fix it now. Now it's got a little bit of character. I've worn off the echo stuff there, and it's starting to look like my other chainsaws, which is cool. But yeah, thanks for sticking around for this episode. This is our winner here, the 620p. Definitely love this saw. But we're not done with our saws yet. We've got 3 other saws that are in disrepair, so in the next upcoming episodes we'll be doing some chainsaw clinics, and we'll be repairing our other chainsaws. So stick around. It's all going to be happening right here on the Homestead. Y'all have a great day. Peace.